Hello and welcome to the LabLink video, how to import a roster, print camera cards, and match data. First thing we need to do is obtain the roster from the school. Once we have done this, we need to open the roster in an external software. We do this so that we can review the spreadsheet and make any necessary changes to accommodate how we may photograph the subjects. We might want to sort the roster by grade or teacher, and we may want to add certain data columns such as school name. If we need to print extra blank camera cards, the easiest way to do this is to add extra rows of the school name. And before saving the spreadsheet, we want to make sure we have column headers like last name, first name, grade. We just want to make sure we have those before importing the data into LabLink. Alright, let's save this roster. We want to make sure to save it as either a comma separated file or a tab delimited file, which is a .txt extension. Okay, once we have our roster ready, we want to open LabLink and create a new job. And this is a school job, so we'll leave the job type alone and hit done. From here we go to modify data so that we can import the roster. And we just browse to where the roster is located. And in this case, since ours is saved as a tab delimited file, we need to select that and we'll see our roster and open. Okay, here it's going to display on the left-hand side the roster columns, and we need to match those up with the LabLink database columns listed on the right-hand side. For example, first name, and click the map button. So this says that we're going to take the first name column from the roster and put it in the first name database column into LabLink. And we just continue to do that. And if we know that our roster columns are the same as the database columns, we can just hit Auto Map. And then below, just verify that they match. If one has gotten mapped incorrectly, just click on it and then do Unmap and then manually map again from the top. Okay, and when we're done with that, just click OK and we'll see a preview of how the roster will import into LabLink. And just say OK if we like the way it looks. And click Done. Alright, so at this point we need to print our camera cards. So to do that, we just go to Reports. Here you have the option of choosing a specific sort for the camera cards. We're just going to leave it in subject ID order, which is the order that we imported the roster into LabLink, and say OK. Just click the Print Layout button, and we can preview the camera cards here, making sure that the barcode is clear. If we skip to the end, we'll see our blank ones that we added for any absentees. When we're happy with that, we just do print. Okay, so after the camera cards print, we just come back here, click cancel, and we're ready to shoot. Okay, so once we have photographed our subjects, we want to add those images to this order in LabLink. So we just make sure we have our job highlighted. and click Add Images. We can just browse to those images wherever they're located on your computer, and just highlight however many images necessary and click Open. And the images that display here on the right are the ones that will be imported. If we need to add more images, just click Browse again. So right now LabLink is copying the images to the location where it wants to use them and create thumbnails. Okay, and I will be demonstrating how to manually match these images. So let's go to Modify Data. And here I can open the roster either in subject ID order, which again is the order that the roster was imported into LabLink, or I can sort the roster. So let's sort the roster by grade, teacher, last name. It might make the subjects easier to find, and click Match Data. Okay, the top left shows my imported roster. And the top right, I have my images. So I'm going to do Select All. I'm going to right click and rotate the images left so we can orient them the proper way. Okay, so what we are trying to do is match all images from the top right and get those down here. We want this to be empty. So we can start out by matching these empty shots with a blank record. And to do this, we just highlight the record on the left, select the images on the right, and click Match. That will move the record to the bottom under Match Data and display the images that are matched with that record. So we can take our school slate and match that with a record on the left, and this is a blank record, and just hit Match. Okay, so now we have a teacher slate. So these will be the students for that class. So for the slate, I can just find any blank record and match that. Then I can start matching the images. Just selecting the image on the right, finding their image, finding their record on the left, and clicking the Match button. Now if I come across an image that I do not have the record for on the left, I can find one of my blank records, right click on it and choose Edit Data, and then I can fill in the information for this subject. And match. And we just continue to do this until all images have been removed from the top right under Unmatched Images and moved to this lower section with the matched data and matched images. And we can always review the images we've matched by clicking on the record and it will display the images associated with it. At any time, if we see that one has been matched incorrectly, we can click the Unmatch button, or we can drag the image out and back to the top, and then with the record still highlighted, find the correct subject and drag their image to that record, and then match this image to a new record. Again, we just do this until we have matched all of the images. One other thing we can do here is key a package if at this point we know the packages. I just click Package to launch the window. I want to choose my package set, so in this case I choose my school package set. Find my package and click Add. And then this package will be added to the focused image. And then I can find her record and click Match. So select the kid, add the package, find the record, match here, or match here. Alright, we have matched all of our images, and at this point we can just hit Done, and Done. And from here we can go into the Build Job screen. We can crop our images. We can go to View Order to preview our order. If we've keyed packages, we can look at a report to see a detailed summary of everything that was ordered for this job. And then we'll be ready to send the job to the lab. Thank you very much for watching the video.